Hello and welcome, and look who's back.
Hey, we're here. Been a while.
Yeah.
I missed Monday nights, Chuck.
You and the cats, right?
That's right. I got the cats all evicted right now.
Ah,
There.
well, we got a few people in here. We got Patrick Smith. What's going on? Let's see. We got Kurt. What is happening? Christopher, how are you doing?
Christopher Westerman.
Jeff, living the moment. Any news from Tommy and the crew? All I know is that they are busy right now, and we should be hearing some news hopefully this month. We're almost into February. Tomorrow's February, but we'll be hearing stuff soon about that. But the reason that you haven't heard much is they are super busy making sure this is going to come out.
Yeah, I think we'll hear more and more as it's going to be very positive signs when we hear more.
Yeah.
Less talk, more action at the moment.
Right. Yeah. They're concentrating on making sure they can get the first round of business is founders out. You know, that's their first thing. Founders, then your VIPs, then your pre-orders, then your everything like that. But I hope everyone's doing good. So I just did a count on what I have for 125, and I am up to 96 games. So that's not too bad, but I know you're way ahead of me, I think.
I have 116.
Ooh, that is amazing.
With a couple of additions that I have to make I have 116, but there's a couple of little things that I need to help with that. Mind you, I always want to get complete in box.
Same here.
That's not really realistic, but at the end of the day, I got 116.
Yeah. My diner is just a cartridge. I don't I don't have diner in a box. Oh, I'm sorry. So that would be 97. I totally forgot about diner.
Yeah.
So I have 97. But for the most part, I try to at least get a cartridge in box, complete in box, whatever. If it's missing overlays, which I don't think I have too many there. I think my bomb squad is missing like an overlay or something.
But that's so easily really attainable.
Yeah, it's nothing that's like impossible, right?
And most of the games that are the games that are the most difficult to get don't have overlays anyway.
Hey, Troy, how's it going? Yeah, I got that. Oh yeah, you were in here. I picked up a Slapshot Super Pro Hockey.
Oh, good.
That was my most recent pickup. I found it for under $40 on eBay, complete. And they even threw in those remade orphan overlays.
Oh, good.
For the Slapshot. So I'm like, dude, now I got the Blue Sky one and I got the other one.
The blue, it's white, right? Isn't the original one white?
The original, it's the white one. Yep. They scalped them all. Yeah. Yeah, right. I know.
$4,000.
I buy a Dyna Repro box. I think I might end up doing that, but sometimes I will see them on there. By the way, go to INTELLIVISIONCollector.com to get all your television needs. Speaking of that, StreamYard wouldn't let me upload it, but I had like a minute and a half or so video of me playing the new Wizard of War on my IntelliVoice that I got both the IntelliVoice and Wizard of War from INTELLIVISIONCollector.com.
Nice.
But I just did a video on it, and I believe it's almost done uploading. So
what was the first one? Wizard of War and what?
Oh, the IntelliVoice I got from Luke.
Okay,
yeah. I couldn't find mine, or I misplaced it, or it just. I mean, I had it at my old house. I guess I never even. I don't really play too many IntelliVoice games at all. Like I don't think I played them in years. So I guess I just never really thought about pulling it out until the homebrews came out, and they have IntelliVoice on. And I'm like, well, I want to hear that,
I've been working on. I did that Vectron video a few weeks back where I did the hack that Mike Hayes did.
Yeah,
and I really enjoyed it. A lot of people like watch it just see something different. So I've been working the last couple of days, sort of without much success. I'm going to start from scratch, but I'm going to do it on the B-17 bomber practice mode. And I've decided I might try to do it after the show tonight, record it, that is. And I might just do one bomb run. I was actually going to try to clear off the whole board, but it didn't quite work out the way I expected. And I had some technical difficulties. So I think I'm going to start from scratch, just do a good bombing run. Do you know what I mean by the practice run in B-17?
It's been years since I played it. So I literally almost haven't played that since I was a kid.
There's a way you can set that up. So it's very difficult to have a lot of bombs and a lot of fuel.
Mhm.
It's pretty much one or the other. But in practice mode, you can have 200 bombs and unlimited fuel. So it makes it for it takes that element of the game out. But the battle part with the fighters and the flak and the damage, everything is still there. So
Watch for flak. I remember that. Watch for flak.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do a little video on that. Just do one deep run into Central Europe, Eastern Europe, take out the big factory, and then get back through all the anti-aircraft, try to make it back to England, and that'll be my run in B-17.
That's all. I gotta pull that out and start playing that. There's a lot that I just haven't played either in years since like I was a kid, or and there's a couple that I might have popped in once to check it out or did it on the flash, but there's some I just really never got into or really played a full game of. Like the volleyball and some weird ones that weren't really the most popular. As far as the mod, yes, it's almost. I got it sucks because like remember I said I was gonna probably screw something up. So like I'm drilling the holes for the RCA jacks, and when I did the first hole, I measured it too big. And because I thought, oh, you got to push it's like the back goes through and then the nut goes on the other side. And I was measuring for like the actual, anyways, I made too big of a hole. And so now there's just a round hole next to my two jacks. I guess I could put a little plug in it or something, but it's really not going to hurt it at all. But so that's what I messed up now. But I have the only thing I'm holding me back is the desoldering. I'm supposed to bring it to my buddy's shop, and he has a desoldering setup to take that big RF shield off, so I can get inside. And I did unwrap the mod board and and I'm pretty sure I know. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. So, there's I think 4 solder points, and then you got to run. Then after that, you run the other wires and solder to the AV jacks. But yeah, it's gonna be nuts. Like I hope if I pull it off, I'm gonna be pretty proud. What's happening, Rab? How are you? How are you in Mr. Game Studios?
You were talking about the games we have left. You got 20, so you got 28 games left. I'm down to the friggin' 9, so I thought at least I'd say what they were. Okay.
Yeah. I want to know
this also ties into what Luke's talking about, because Luke said to get your box for your diner because that's what I'm going to show you. But first of all, there are 3 games that for the probably the 3 maybe that are most easily attainable, and they're all for the ECS. And most of all, Mind Strike. I could probably get Mind Strike for $30-$40. I need Melody Blaster, and I need Jetsons The Way with Words. And that one's a little bit more difficult to get. But other than that, speaking of the repro boxes, there they are.
Look how beautiful.
Games, right? Body Slam.
Yeah.
You have this one, right?
No, I don't. I think that's the lap besides Spiker. I got Super Pro Basketball, Football, Decathlon, Slap Shot. Oh no, and Chip Shot, but I need Mountain Madness, Spiker, and Body Slam are the 3 Super Pros I'm missing.
Okay, gotcha.
Obviously, Spiker.
I also need, of course, Congo Bongo.
Which
is hard to get right there. But and I talked about how the boxes, no delusions of grandeur here. If I get a box copy of any of these, but I got these from INTELLIVISIONCollector.com from Luke because I wanted them in my collection, and if I can get the cartridge for this, that would be great. I'll be more than happy with that. So of course, what am I missing here? Oh well, you just mentioned it. Stadium Mud Buggies. Somebody was talking about that. That was Kurt Bradshaw in the chat says I got Stadium Mud Buggies repro box for my original cart and manual. So he's got the cart and manual and got the box. So that's kind of what I want to do, except for I don't have them yet. And of course I got Spiker too. Right.
And that's another thing I wanted to get was those repro Blue Sky Rangers. Do you have all of those?
Now that's it. I have the Spiker one. I have not bought the Stadium Mud Buggies one. So I think it's really worthwhile getting, and I do want to get it sometime. I just haven't gotten hold of Steve and gotten it or bought it off his eBay channel or whatever. But the other 2 that I need, I find it's like, how do you spend the money for those 2? Because they're not games that I ever want to play, right? Learning Funds 1 and 2.
Oh man, those will get into the thousands too.
Yeah, I mean that's
at least one of them does. One of them's a little cheaper, but they're
if I could just pick up a cart, that'd be great. That's what I told the guys. I was watching the Evercast this weekend.
Yeah.
They're covering the Intellivision Evercade cartridge, and they're showing word rockets. And I said, there you go. I'm going to break out my Founders Edition just so I could play Intellivision word rockets, which is off which one? I think it's off. It's going to be off this one here, Learning Fun 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding. That's awesome.
So other than that, the only other things I really need is I have a triple challenge cart, and I have a box, a repro box, no manual, and also Pac-Man, right? There's 2 different versions of the Pac-Man.
Yeah, I got the pink, the Atari Soft one, I think. Yeah. Or no.
See, I have the opposite one. I have the
one?
IMTV one.
Maybe that's what I have. Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, mine isn't the Atari Soft. Mine is the Intellivision one. So yeah,
that one is. They're neither one are very. I wouldn't call them easy to get, but that one there is the easier one to get. The same one that you and I have. The Atari Soft one doesn't seem to be as nearly as common.
Yeah, I got all 3. I got Defender, Centipede, and Pac-Man, and I'm sorry, and Dig Dug, all in a lot.
Oh yeah.
A buddy of mine was searching for Atari, and he goes, "This guy's also got a box of Intellivision," and he sent me pictures. I said, "Get him."
Yeah, really. Yeah, Kurt said he bought the box for his diner from Luke, or for Stadium Mud Buggies from Luke.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
But now I'm like, I really want to do the Blue Sky Rangers thing. I got my slap shot and I got Land Battle, but I want to get all the other blue boxes now. I'm like, why not get them now before they go up in super crazy price? Because they're going to be another variant to collect for this system, you know.
Now I like the ones like the Stadium Mud Buggies and the Spiker. Really happy to have. I also have King of the Mountain and the Deep Pockets.
Oh, that's the ones I get. I got to get them all, actually. I mean, other than Slapshot and Land Battle.
Party Time, Party Line.
The Party Line. It has a Hard Hat, Space Cadet, and one other one.
I don't have that one, and that would be of all of them the last one that I'd pick up. I think.
Yeah.
Even Land Battle, I might like to get before that.
TJ, what is happening?
Dig Dug is coming too.
Yeah. Dig Dug, man. I got that. You know what? I haven't played that in forever. I should do a show on that, or do a video on that. The Dig Dug by Intellivision.
That's going to be episode 19 of the 125 if I ever get Safecracker finished, which is all recorded and it is being put together. But finally, it's only been 3 months. Or 2 months. I want to watch that. That's one I never played. Safecracker. Never played. Safecracker. That's the same story for a lot of people, Chuck. It was not it's not the rarest game by a Magic at all, but it's more rare than the first batch, but people just aren't familiar with it.
No, it's I think the most I mean, as a kid, the most I ever played was Beauty and the Beast, Atlantis.
Yeah.
And that was when Microsurgeon. Those were like the 3 I played, and then as an adult, I started playing the other stuff. But Beauty and the Beast, my dad went out and bought that for us. Like I remember getting that. And I was like, wow, this is way better than our Donkey Kong that we ended up getting. You know?
I gave TJ, when we did the interview there before Christmas, I gave him the option. I said, okay, pick whatever game you want. That'll be the next one I do on the 125. And he picked Dig Dug. So that was after, knowing that Safecracker was already there, and Dig Dug would be the follow-up. So that will be the next one to be done as soon as Safecracker comes out. So I've got to get that Safecracker and Dig Dug out. And then I'll have 2 out, and that means the Intellivisionaries podcast will have to have 1 out for our contest. They haven't got 1 out yet this year, so.
Oh. Do you have a Dig Dug arcade game? I don't. I do have a multi-board that when I build some, that has it on there, so I played it multiple times, but no, I would love to get a dedicated arcade, but they are expensive. You're looking at about $1,500 for a decent one. So yeah, it's kind of but I would love to have one. I have a Tempest, but it's up for sale right now because I don't ever play it. I played it a little bit, and it's worth enough to pay some bills. So I'm
gonna say, is it a pricey run just with it being so unique?
Dig Dug, it's a beautiful looking cabinet with the graphics.
Tempest.
Oh, Tempest. Yeah, it's because it's also a vector monitor. Atari vector cabinet. They had that one. I think it was Black Widow, Tempest, and something else. They had a couple different ones.
Asteroids?
Yeah, Asteroids was vector too. Black and white vector for Asteroids.
Okay, black as opposed.
But that's another thing is like the vector monitors, unless you got money to keep those things up, eventually they're going to go. Mine just got rebuilt, so everything's like perfect on it. But I'm like, it kind of sits in the corner next to my pinballs. I don't play it as people don't really play it. It's like,
yeah,
for an arcade person, it's like the holy grail, but like for the regular person that comes over, goes to Pac-Man or Golden Tee, you know, like they are darts. They don't want to play Tempest because it's a rare game, you know. But so I'm like, I'm gonna list it and sell it and either maybe get a couple different ones or buy some more homebrews or something, you know. Are you planning? Jan says, you planning to complete all the Intellivision? Yeah, I'm trying to do all the Intellivision original. We were just saying, and then I to get all the homebrew. I wish I'm going to try to get as many as I can. Since there's such a small number, it's real hard to get those, Jan. But yeah. Oh, perfect. We were about to talk about Parker Brothers games here. Question: was Frogger released on the Intellivision? I have Frogger 3 deep and never just seen Frogger. Yeah, no, Frogger was released on Intellivision and it was released on Atari, and it might have been even on ColecoVision if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the Atari is probably the least looking of the arcade one. But to be honest, I always went to I remember the music and the look, even though it was very, what do you want to say?
Rudimentary.
Yeah, graphically and color wise, I think it was like brown and green, and that's about it. A little bit of blue for the water, but it was pretty bad. But that's the one I like. Even though the Intellivision looks closer to the arcade, I liked the Atari version of that, and I know that's the only game that I go for the one over the other. But yeah, no, it's a good looking game and plays really good. Beauty and the Beast TV show. Oh, remember that? That was like a series back in the day, wasn't it?
Ron Perlman and Linda Hamilton. Yeah.
Was it Perlman and all that makeup?
I got to double check that, but I'm quite sure.
Oh, I just remember it. I never really watched it, but I knew it was a huge thing back in the day. Wow, no kidding. He's just always going under the makeup then, huh? Oh, and Linda Hamilton from Terminator. What's happening, Herb Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, Linda Hamilton. Yeah, no kidding. Rich, I got to catch up on chat. Sorry, guys. Party line sounds like something my parents reprimanded me over a surprise bill I racked up back in the day. Yeah, oh my God. I have so many stories of that stuff. Because every 2 minutes there was like, call Santa. There was even a Freddy Krueger hotline that I called one time. And then, of course, your parents see the bill. What the heck were you doing? Well, it said it, call anytime, blah, blah, blah. The 976 numbers is what they were. I think there will be a big reveal on 2/2. I've heard this from a few people thinking that there might be a reveal because instead of doing 10/10, 10/10, 20, it's going to be 2/2/22. That would be neat. I mean, heck, that's only a couple days. That would be friggin' awesome if that's
Wednesday.
Oh, there's another one. Convert that Tempest to Major Havoc. Oh, the Tempest is beautiful. I don't really want. I'd rather get the money for the Tempest. Yeah, had the Terminator lady and Perlman. Yeah, see, if I would only caught up on the chat, then wife watched it. Oh, he played an Amish. See, I remember Perlman as the Hellboy too.
Yeah.
So he was great in that, I thought.
And Sons of Anarchy. Yep.
Yeah, 2/2. Yeah, everybody's talking about 2/2/22. I don't know. That'd be great. I'd love to hear something about something, anything. According to, I think, was it Richards that posted on the Republic, saying that there was something around the time frame would be that like probably mid time this month or something, maybe that we might hear something about our founders coming.
That'd be nice.
But anyways, yeah, from godly to sinner. Yeah, but Beauty and the Beast. I don't think if I'm not mistaken, I think they were trying to call it something else because I think that's all owned by Disney now. Back in the day, that was a little easier to get away with stuff like that when it's 1981 or 82. But I think they're going to have to call it something like because you had who was the hero? It was Buford, and then Harry something was the Beast. His name was something I forgot. We talked about
Horrible Hank.
Horrible Hank. That's what it was. Yeah. So it'd have to be like or it'd have to be like Hank's Revenge or something. Who knows?
Do you really though? Because Beauty and the Beast is that's such an old story. There would be no copyright on it if you stayed away from the elements that Disney introduced. Like
right.
you
Yeah.
have a living teacup and a clock, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But to have a beast and have a heroine and a hero is sort of basic for the story. So, although it's totally different, eh?
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy. I mean, this is basically almost like a Donkey Kong clone in a sort of way, slash Fix It Felix kind of thing, because he's climbing a building, to get to the top to save the girl that the guy's holding. You know, it's kind of a Donkey Kong thing. Even I, as a kid, knew that, but I was like, this was a way better version than we had of Donkey Kong, so
right.
it was more fun to play.
Certainly kept climbing.
Yeah, and I used to always go to the very top just to watch him fall. Boom. And the whole thing would go, it would all shake and everything. Or the little plane would go by and pick them up, and they were going like this on the top.
Yeah, just hook onto the wheels.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it was like, how are they picking them up? They're like so in just like so happy. And yeah, no, that was always a fun game. Now, Patrick was mentioning about Utopia, that he was intrigued by it, but had never played it. Now, that is a fun game that I didn't get into as a kid, but I got into more as an adult collector. Kind of, I guess, what would you call it? Like a Sim Earth kind of game, like
the original Sim City. It's the original God game. Really. Don Daglow made it back in the day, and it was just so innovative for the time.
Oh yeah.
You could play 2 players ideally, but you could play it one player.
Yeah.
You just took some of the elements out of the game, like obviously you didn't have PT boats that way, and you didn't buy rebels, but you just tried to build as big a score as you could on your own island.
Yeah.
And you could play either island one player.
Right.
Because I played lots of 2-player, I played lots of 1-player back in the day, just because you just try to rack up the points, right?
Yeah. No, I thought it was intriguing too. Like when I first played it, like you had to go out and catch fish, and bring the fish back and then you had to plant the crops, and you had to watch for the crops, and you had to do the houses and the hospitals and the factories and make sure your people are happy, and if they're not happy, then the rebels take over. and then I believe you could send rebels from the other, when 2-player you send it from the other island too, right? Is it
you've saved up money or whatever you want to call it. You got the money by storms or rain or whatever going over your crops, and by fishing. That was the whole point, was to gain money. And you could buy all the different things. Crops are really cheap. You could fill up your island and get more money that way, and you have to have so much food, so much housing, etc. But you could actually spend your money on rebels, and you could buy a rebel and it would plant it onto the opponent's island. So if like you were built all up and I bought a rebel, I could maybe destroy your school by a rebel going. It was all random where it landed.
Yeah.
So it was kind of neat. And that's why you had forts. Because if you had bought a fort, a rebel could not land in any of the spaces around a fort. Right?
See, I need to go back to that one too. I mean, I played it most recently on was it the Flashback? I think I played it on. But yeah,
it's there.
For Rebels, seriously, fish. This sounds great. How long would a game take from start to finish? I think you could set rounds, right?
It was pretty good because it allowed you to set the number of rounds, and it allowed you to set the length of the rounds. It was something like between 30 seconds and 120 seconds, or 30 seconds and 90 seconds, somewhere like that. And you could have as low as like 10, or as many as like 60, or I don't know how many you could have. Probably 99.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably 99. Yeah.
So you could make the game really, really long, or you could just have a short one.
Yeah. I mean, it was, pretty innovative for the time. Like, I don't think there was no other game out like that. Utopia was a big, I guess, for the hardcore gaming people back then, that was like the in-depth. It was an in-depth game, you really had good time with. I mean, there's a couple other ones that were good too. Like, I mean, obviously the Dungeons and Dragons was really good. The Treasure of was it Tower of Doom was another dungeon crawling one that was similar. Little updated graphics. Your sequences and fighting were a little more action.
But that was 5 full years after Utopia.
Yeah.
Tower of Doom. That thing had the simulation effect that Utopia did to start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outside of a gambling game or something, I suppose.
Yeah, that one I really like. That was another one I think I got later. How did there's so many different eras of Intellivision for me. Like it was obviously the kid one, but like, and then when I was like in my 20s and moved out, like I even like, was still into it. When I moved out to California and I started going to that Radio Shack that had that back catalog. And like I said, everything. They had Spiker, they had everything. And I'm just ordering games. I remember ordering Commando, Q*bert, Empire Strikes Back. And I'd play them. Then I got sick of them and I'd sell them on eBay. Then I'd play some more. I never thought of like, oh, I need to collect these on a shelf or I need to hold on to these. I never was in that mindset. Until,
you didn't know how many there were. The 125 wasn't even a concept in your mind at that time, was it?
No, it wasn't. I was just like, oh, they got some more. I remember playing that. Oh, I know. And Commando was actually pretty fun, to be honest. Yeah. You were like a little Intellivision running guy, like kind of, and you just you had a little gun that shot little pixels, but it was fun. Big Block says in playing Utopia, we'd sometimes have a truce with no rebels sent and then no protection. Then the final rune always develop into plumbing rebels to the other island. Oh yeah, right before the end.
That's like talking with Paul. And Tommy's favorite game is Utopia, right? Is number one. And Paul and he play a lot. Paul Nerman and I'm talking about from the Televisionaries podcast says you're not going to beat Tommy at Utopia. And he taught him the secret, the biggest trick of all. First thing you buy is a PT boat, and you go right over and you park it in your opponent's harbor where the fishing boats are built when they're bought. And he can never build another fishing boat, and he can never make any more money except for the rain going over the crops. Automatic win as soon as you do that. Right? Makes sense.
You just got to not let them know about it and kind of go around.
That's right.
Oh, another one was that you blast, like he was saying, you blasted rebels right at the end of the round. Just
yeah.
Oh man, that's a cool game. Now thinking about how innovative that was and how like that started the whole sim earths, and man, there's so many different things after that. Like, and I used to always love the theme park ones because there was one on 3DO called Theme Park, which after that. Then it was the roller coaster tycoons and but I used to just love like where you controlled like a fake little people running around and they get mad or have to use the bathroom and they throw trash down. You had to get trash cans. And my favorite was to like cut off you'd cut off you build while they're in the park and then you cut off the exit and they'd all have to go. Then you get rid of all the bathrooms. So on their little thought bubbles were always like, oh, I got to use the bathroom. Oh, I got to use the bathroom. And there's no bathroom. Where's the exit? I
had that on DOS for old DOS game. It was great. Theme park.
Yeah, I still have it for 3DO. Which was just a port of the computer one, but I mean it's pretty primitive. It was from I guess the 90s then. But Big Block says I actually remember the harbor block. Very, very cool.
Hey, maybe that's where he got his name, Big Block.
Big Block in the harbor. See the scroll and visit INTELLIVISIONCollector.com. There you go. See, that's
right.
Advertising as we're talking. What was the other thing we were going to talk about? Yeah, so the Blue Sky Rangers, I really want to collect all those. I don't know how many there is. Is it like 6 or 7? Because you got King of the Mountain, the Deep Pockets, Stadium Mud Buggies, Spiker, Slapshot,
Deep Pockets, and King of the Mountain come out about 3 or 4 years ago. Those were the first 3. Then they released the Super Slapshot Hockey, which was released because they had all kinds of cartridges and manuals at the Television Productions, but didn't have any boxes. So all they did was have boxes printed. So a lot of those, when you bought them, were original cartridges and manuals.
That's cool.
But just the boxes were repro, and that's what the blue boxes are for. And then Land Battle slid in there somehow, where they just put the Blue Sky Ranger name on it. There's actually a few different, a few different games that they've stuck the Blue Sky Rangers logo onto that don't look like the special box. But then recently, a year ago now, they released Stadium Mud Buggies and Party Line. And that's been the latest ones.
Yeah, though I want to get all the blue boxes, I think is what I want to collect first. That way I have all those. And I do have Land Battle because it was just something different. It was just a game that didn't exist or whatever. So I wanted to have that. And I'm not,
If I'm not mistaken, you can get all of those, or almost all of them from INTELLIVISIONCollector.com.
Yeah, look at that. There's land. It's got the Blue
Is
Sky
that printed
Rangers.
on there, or is it a sticker?
That is a sticker on the front, on the bottom there.
Yeah.
And then it's also on there. And then there's another one on the bottom.
I think that Steve may have heard the story that Steve got a bunch of stock from Intellivision Revolution or something like that, and then just marketed them as Blue Sky Rangers, and which is fine. That worked out well. It is an old game from the original Intellivision that's been finished up, I guess is the way to put it. So,
and it just was never released. It was unreleased.
Right. Yeah.
Just like Carousel. Answer the phone. Answer the phone. That was a weird.
Here they are, right here. I was gonna say I can't find them. They're all right here. Like these ones. These are actual Blue Sky Rangers boxes.
Yeah, that's the ones I want to collect for. I want to have all
that
of those.
One, Spiker, and Deep Pockets. And then, of course, this is the Slapshot Hockey I'm talking about that has an original cartridge and manual inside of it with a brand new box. So it's pretty neat.
Oh, yeah. See, I got that one. I got Slapshot's the only blue box I have.
Yeah. But those are very, very attainable. Those are still very attainable. And they've gone down in price, not up. Yeah, I think
they're like around 50 or 60 now.
Yeah. I think they've gone down $10 since I got them.
Oh, okay.
There were a lot made of those.
Oh, Kurt says he's got Takeover, Space Cadet Hard Hat, and Number Jumble also for the computer. Okay. Jan's asking Rab, when's your video coming out? I think he's doing a lot of editing right now on that. So I want to get that because I think that would look good. I'm still missing. I didn't count enough. I know I'm missing backgammon for the Sears ones. I'm missing backgammon, checkers, snafu,
roulette,
and I can't remember what else. I have to go. I really need to go through those and try to finish those up. You have all those.
I are missing the big three right there: checkers, backgammon, roulette. We're both missing those. I'm missing basketball. Basketball is the other one for me.
Oh, see, I think I have.
Yeah, and I have snafu.
No, I don't. I don't have basketball. I have for some reason I thought I had that.
So you have 24 or 25? 24.
Yeah, I think so. 2, 4.
I just picked up tennis and auto racing. That gave me my 24th and 25th. So I only need 4.
No, I have 22. So I'm missing more than that.
All right. Do you have Frog Bog?
No, I do not. I do not have Frog Bog either.
That's one of these middle of the road difficult ones to get.
But you Snafu, I've seen a few times, but it's like that's of all the ones I'm missing. That's the only one I've seen pop up every once in a while.
Now, you do have horse racing, right? Because I think I have a copy here. And
I thought I remember because you were talking about that, and I looked. I was like, "Oh, that's right, I have horse racing." I didn't realize I had it.
Yeah, I had an extra one here. I picked it up somewhere at some auction somewhere. I got it for a really good deal from the same seller that I had already bought one from. So, I got it. Didn't cost me anything for shipping and stuff. So I said, "Well, I'll take that too for $15 or something like that, right?"
Yeah,
and then I'll trade it for something,
right?
And so I've had it ever since.
Yeah, I still need to. I need to try to see what I can do. I mean, it's going to be some money to find them. Sometimes I'll check even Mercari or whatever. I don't know if you ever went to that website.
I have not.
I bought a couple things from them. They're almost like an eBay type of site, I guess. But I got a couple of my Sears from them.
My buddy Dan from Rebel Gaming Club buys a lot of stuff. He does his pickups every Wednesday night before about 6 o'clock your time it comes out, and he buys a lot on Mercari.
I was gonna say I have how we keep a track of our collections is
I have some software on my phone that I track it, but a lot of it was manual too. And I do have checklists here that came from the
Yeah, I was going to say,
INTELLIVISIONcollector.com.
That's what I was going to
Also,
say.
all the checklists you could look for are there. You would want.
I'm not prepared here. Hold on. I got my checklist here. Oh, I did. Oh my God, I dropped everything. All right. Anyways, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, you can get them at INTELLIVISIONcollector.com. They have the checklist for the original 125 and I think other things as well, like the variants and
Sears. There's a Sears checklist there.
I
There's
need
the 125. There's the INTV checklist, I believe. And there might even be a French Canadian checklist, which I have a lot of those as well.
Oh, yeah. See, that's ones that would be next. I would probably start doing those once I complete Sears and maybe Blue Sky Rangers. But there's also some more homebrews. I'm still waiting on Sorrow of Galdon Thor. That's that one that's still they're waiting on, I think.
Now, did you get a ROM? Because you pre-ordered, did you get the ROM?
No, because I have no way to use it. So
okay.
Yeah, I don't, and wouldn't even know how to do it. But yeah, so I don't until I get like my flashback, I guess. I believe you can put it on that, right?
Yeah, or an LTO, right?
Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't have anything. So I pretty much, I said, I think they did reach out and say something about like, oh, they're available to have the ROM, blah, 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 this, that.
Yeah.
And while you're waiting for your cartridges or whatever. And I was like, no, I'll wait for the complete in box. I'll just play it then,
Yeah, right on.
But wow, it's been a while, but I understand. I'm not mad or anything. I cannot wait to play that. Atari Age has 125 membership for anyone who has all 125. If you have all CIB, you would be platinum status. They will accept the Spiker BSR for the really no kidding.
That was when they released those. That was a big. They discussed that a lot. Hey, Mike, brother Mike's
what's happening, dude? Hitting the gym, but wanted to say hey and let you know. I just tweeted this out. Well, thank you, sir.
On.
That is awesome.
Right on.
Hey, Mike, did the paint dry yet? Oh, you got the new paint color in your computer room or your the man cave? I know he's talking about painting that. I need more. I want to get some more shelves. I need because I got more stuff over there. I'm thinking about axing this setup and actually just putting in shelves or using this as shelves instead of displaying like boxes and stupid stuff. Because I'd rather have more shelving to collect, and that way I can kind of showcase some other stuff. I want to get back into doing some collections from Atari 2600, like complete in box. The rainbow series that you have, that whole top row that looks so cool.
Yeah.
I want to get that, and then I also want to do. I had look how great those look. Yeah, exactly.
I pulled some out of there for the show. That big hole right there. Because. Yeah, that would be odd. I love collecting those. They're attainable too for the most part, except for basic math. If anybody has a lead on basic math, I'm looking for one that I can afford, I guess.
Johnny Ups, what's happening, sir?
Hey, Johnny. Parker Brothers.
Yes, Parker Brothers games. So there is how many? 4 of them?
6.
Oh, then I'm missing 2 of those. So I have Empire Strikes Back. I also have Popeye.
Yep.
And Q*bert and Frogger is what I have.
So I have Frogger. And I don't have that for the Atari, believe it or not. Of all games not to have.
Oh, that's one of my top favorites for the Atari 2600.
I don't have all those Atari games. I don't have Frogger for Pete's sake.
No, Eating Paste, it wasn't from a modded. It was from my System 3. Sorry. Popeye, that's a good one. Very good one, actually.
Q*bert?
Yeah.
And Q*bert, that's neat because it's got the price on it, $30.95. This is the original Q*bert that we bought back in 1981 or 2.
Or whatever. That's cool.
Or she got it for the Atari as well.
Yeah.
And Empire Strikes Back, which you just said, which we have for the Atari as well.
Yeah.
And
okay, so now we're getting into ones I don't have. Super Cobra. Oh man.
Super Cobra. There it is for the Atari as well.
Nice.
So it's hard to see with the glare, but
one silver, 1 gold. Yeah.
Yeah, silver. Yeah. And last but not least for the Intellivision is Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun.
Yeah. And
which
that's
I would.
Atari as well.
Oh yeah. That's the one I wasn't too familiar with, but I've seen people play that.
These are the two that are very difficult to get. Actually, I believe these are European versions. And I'll be quite frank, I would not have these without Luke. Luke sent them to me a long
awesome.
time ago. I even remember the number. If you take a look at INTELLIVISION, my Papa Pete's Pickups episode number 61. And you'll see a dumbfounded Papa Pete as he opens up a box that contained these two games.
That's sweet. That is
plus
sweet.
other things. So yeah.
Jan says, will Frogger, Qbert, and Popeye be an Amico? I think
Well,
Qbert is it who owns Qbert? Is it Parker? That wouldn't be Parker Brothers.
Yeah,
Gottlieb. I'm sorry. I should know that. I have a friggin' arcade. I'm an idiot.
But I wouldn't go that far. Under license from D. Gottlieb and Company, but I mean that's 40 years ago, right?
Yeah, who knows who owns? And the same thing with Frogger. I thought Tommy mentioned saying that they were going to work on a Frogger. Like I said, I think it's just on their to-do list, more or less. Sure.
You know, it's
right now, it's just going to be the basics at this point.
Yeah, their focus just isn't there yet. Get the system out, get it in people's hands, and then you can look at stuff like that again. I mean, back at the very beginning, of course, you're always thinking about all these things and all these ideas. Yeah. But now, the way the world is, this day and age, you got to focus on the task at hand, and the rest will come later. That's why I dig down. Like none of these made it to the Intellivision, but other Parker Brothers games, like these are ones that I didn't have that I got later on.
Now these are Atari.
These are Atari. So there's Reactor.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite game, Strawberry Shortcake musical matchups.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Should always play that.
Sold me.
Amadar, which is quite common. Sky Skipper, and then we'll get into three that I had when I was a kid. It's
Sky Skipper. Is that almost like a biplane style?
It is kind of. It's sort of a strange one. It was an arcade game back in the day.
Oh.
It was. I saw that fairly recently. To tell you the truth, I really don't know a whole lot about it. But here are the games that I actually had when I was back with a kid. I wish come out on the Intellivision, and I actually did a review on my channel for this one of the Atari version way back ago. And
yes, one of my favorites. I have it too.
Right on. The very first Spider-Man video game, right there.
Yep.
You got it.
And then you could swing. Oh, it was so great. And then the Green Goblin with the bomb on the top.
I get a kick out of people who are on there like, come on, I was born in 1992 and I'm going to do a review. Oh my God, this Atari Spider-Man game's terrible. You don't do anything in it. Well, no, it was 1980 when it came out.
And it was the very
do what you could do at the time. We thought that was pretty friggin' amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And here's one that doesn't get much love and didn't get a television release is Jedi Arena.
Now, what is that? See, I don't know anything about that one. So what is that? More just obviously it's sword.
It is
like combat.
Think of the scene on the Millennium Falcon where Luke has got the blast helmet on and he's fighting they're teaching him Obi-Wan is teaching him to use the blaster with the thing that floats around and zaps him. Well, this thing's floating around the screen, zapping two people standing there with the sword. Basically, you just move the sword back and forth, try to block it, and you have like a shield in front of you. And you can control where it shoots, the angle it shoots by the angle of your one's at top, one's at bottom. And you're moving it back and forth, and you can shoot like at an angle and try to hit and knock away their shield and then zap them. And that's how you win around. It's like best out of 5 or best out of 3 or something like that. It's a paddle game.
That's awesome, man. I'm going to have to check that one out.
Last but not least, G.I. Joe never got a release either. Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a G.I. Joe game.
G.I. Joe Cobra Strike. This was a game that used the joystick and the paddle.
Wow.
Yeah, you could play 2 players. One would have a joystick and one would have a paddle because it was just you did different. It's a neat little game. They're not revolutionary games. They're rather simple games, but still they're fun. And there's a lot of Parker Brothers games for the Atari that never did come out for the Intellivision. And you can actually find who has that? I think it's the Intellivision Aries podcast has a video on there from a long time ago where Rick goes over the set of boxes that were made for all the different Parker Brothers games that they made gold and television boxes, like repro boxes for the games that never ended up getting released.
Oh,
man. It's really kind of a neat video. There's 2 or 3 different videos of Rick showing these boxes that he got from maybe Steve Jones even. I don't know exactly who made the boxes off the top, but neat, they're really kind of one of a kind.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I was going to say they would be super rare. Mo says hello from Dearborn Heights. Hey, that's my neck of the woods. What's the most recent system do you collect for? The Switch, I guess, would be a recent system that I collect more for that. I kind of stopped on the Xbox because there's not really any, not that I don't mind it, but I usually like the only games I got, like I got Red Dead Redemption 2, which I thought was an amazing game. That's really the last big one that I got into besides the Switch has all these shooters, all these indie games, and like the homebrews and stuff like Super Blood Hockey. What else is another one I like? Teslagrad's a good one. The new Raiden remix shooter, the Cotton reboot. I like all that type of stuff, Kurt says Crewbart has 2 different boxes for the Intellivision. Same look, one at a tab at the top that it could hang on a hook, and then the regular box is like the other one. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yes, Spider-Man did have jaw-dropping graphics, Jan. It had jaw-dropping graphics. Parker Brothers, I think of a Star Wars game where you take out the AT-ATs.
That's it. That's the Empire Strikes Back game.
Yeah. I have that one. Any overseas Intellivision games? I think wasn't there Australian versions? Not they're the same, but they're they had different print on the boxes.
Yeah.
And
drafts,
I think
for example, checkers come out in drafts.
That's gonna say drafts or drafts.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That I need to get. So those are some of the things I want to get, but that you go down so many rabbit holes of variants, and then I need to stick to at least getting the first 125 before I start trying to get other stuff. But there's so many different things.
Well, between C-Mart and Luke, they've sent me lots of the variants, because they have lots kicking around or whatever, and I've got them all cased up. I just got to get them properly displayed the way they should be. Yeah. So I can stand up right now and take the camera and go, here they are, but no, they're not. They're in boxes still. So unfortunately.
Yeah, that's I think why I want more shelf space so I can get like I don't have a huge collection, but I have like some Xbox and PlayStation stuff that sits over on the shelf.
Sure.
Some N64 stuff, some Genesis stuff. But it's all just sitting on a shelf stacked, like I want to have it nice and displayed. And
I want to be able to have that Xbox like.
Oh, that is beautiful.
That's behind all those pops and stuff over there. There's every one of those tiers will hold about 80, and there's 10 tiers potential there right now. Now, if you look down here behind the Kung Fu painting, those are actually platinum hits ones, which I'm not included. But I'm in the 720s for Xbox right now, and I'd love to be able to have the entire collection out.
Yeah, you're probably the closest than anyone because I know Pete was trying too. What was he up to?
He's just under 5, I think, right now. He slacked off quite a while. I noticed he just did a video where he did a couple.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing that.
And I've not picked any up in quite a while, but I was sort of COVID's really set me back because I rely a lot on eBay, and I've not had much luck with the auction sites on Facebook because there's Xbox games out there. Got it. Need it. Then I get outbid by $1 and forget, So
I need to do but I want to do better on my NES collecting because like I have a decent collection, but it's like there's a lot of games I just want to those are going to be real easy to find right now, and like I'd like to find like a box of NES at a flea market. The only bad thing is like all these people now, like the last flea market I went to was literally up in the little north of me and out in the country talking dirt roads, and they set up at a little fair and you go to their table and I'm like, oh, you have a shoebox full of NES. I'm like, how much you want for the whole box? Well, which game? And I'm like, I don't know, like these here. And then he pulls out his phone and goes on eBay. And I'm like, you know what? Never mind. I was like, might as well sell it on eBay if you're going to give me eBay prices. I'm here at a flea market and you're going to pull out a phone for every individual game.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, never mind, man.
Yeah, and eBay, the thing is you can't even trust them to give you a good price on eBay because I was looking at something the other day. They wanted like a box copy of Mario Brothers for the Atari. and they wanted $2,499 for it. Ultra rare. Well, you know what? It isn't a common game, but it might be worth $40. I don't know.
Right. It's
20. It's just so out of whack. Everything on like.
Well, I see it like that with arcades too, because you're like, I've seen like my Tempest that I was listing. I looked online. When you look online, the first thing is about 4,800, 4,500. I'm like, it's worth about 2,500. So I listed mine. I really don't want to sell it, but I am. So I listed it right at 25, and I'm like, if someone gives me that, then they really want it. If they don't, then then I get to keep it. So it's either way. Got a box bundle from someone. A couple of years ago, I got Super Cobra, Tutankhamun, Turbo is another one I don't have.
Yeah.
Fathom, I don't have that either from Facebook Marketplace. There's, Tower Do. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace, I've bought a couple items from. I don't think I've done any games yet. There was one lady just north of me that was selling. It was weird because I was out there. I was driving a friend of mine to a dentist appointment, and I was like, literally on the same, like a mile away from where they were located, and she had 3 TurboGrafx games that I needed for my boxes to complete my boxes, and I was like, oh my god. So instead of, she's like, I want I go, how much do you want for your Splatterhouse? And I think they were like, I'm gonna do $100. I'm like, if you'll do 80, I'll come there. And just because I did that, she's like, sorry, now I have another buyer. And I'm like, darn it. I'm like, I should have just said, here's the 100 and went and got it. But yeah, it happens.
Well, it's too bad. You don't know. I haven't even put it in my pickup video yet, but you get first dibs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's the last, the three collector visions that come out last summer. I didn't have that. They restocked here not long ago. And I wanted to tell you this because you want this game. Go to collectorvision.com right now. You guys don't snipe DJC. Princess Quest.
Princess Quest.
Princess Quest.
It's on there again?
I think there may be a copy or two. I got that impression the other day when I was looking, but it's not cheap.
Oh yeah, then I'm probably not gonna be able to get it.
It's not crazy.
Right. I don't mind like $100, but if it's over that, it's gonna, even that's right now is pretty.
Well, what I saw was what made me think that it was actually I got an email from them saying that they put together a few of their older games because they found parts, whatever, and they have up to 5 of some or only 2 of others, and all of a sudden it's there for $125.
That's not bad, actually.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So,
yeah, I might have to check it out. Hopefully, if I sell one of my games soon. They drop that Tempest down to $2,400. That $100 might make a difference. But yeah, no, that's I really need to. I've been doing better. I'm trying, like I said, about once a month or twice a month to do a pickup when I can. And my last one was the slap shot. I got the Zombie Madness homebrew.
Yeah.
And then I got the Slapshot Super Pro Hockey. I just happened to run across that because I'm just looking on eBay. But I cannot wait to just complete more of these collections. Sears would be the closest one I'm close to completing. But as you know, like we were saying, when are you going to find backgammon, checkers, and really? Well, hello there.
Oh, they're so hard to find, Chuck.
Yeah.
I mean, the last checkers I saw, was it checkers? Yes. $200 and some went for it. It's like, I don't think so, Tim.
Wow. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's.
I know who bought it too.
Oh yeah,
I do know who bought it.
I had well, that's the whole thing about Spiker, which is funny. I'm not saying it's a terrible game, but it's like a volleyball game. It ain't that great, but it's the most expensive and the most rare, so that's
absolutely right.
What now? What for the
Activision here now?
What is now for Xbox? What's the most rare game, like the most expensive one that's out there?
It is Coast to Coast. Well, of the set from North America, it is pretty much. Where the blaze is it?
Oh, you have it. That's cool.
Right there. Okay, see, Outrun Coast to Coast 2006.
Oh man, I remember seeing that like on a store shelf a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's nuts, man. And just to not know. Now those run pretty expensive, like a few $100s, or are they more than
That
1,000?
250.
That's still pretty hefty.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but I mean, I was lucky when I get into it. I get in and I said, okay, these ones I see the top 10. I had the top 10, and I
that's
something
good.
like that.
Then.
I paid $75 for it, right?
Oh wow.
So I was lucky, just really, really lucky. I'll tell you one that's two that are going through the roof on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Right here, Futurama.
Oh man, I remember that one for sure.
Futurama and Teen Titans.
Wow.
And of course, you always will have your games like the Fatal Frames, Obscure, various games like that, which are just a lot of the fighting games. Like I just got Bloody Roar Extreme, which is upwards of $100 now. That was $30 2 years ago. I did pay quite a bit for Bloody Roar Extreme. It's one of the last ones I got. But I have a list. You know, I try to knock the top of my list off as quickly as I can, right?
Yeah. Found a Mattel M Network Burger Time game for Atari.
Nice.
Just needed Star Strike and Power of He-Man. Oh, nice, Kurt.
Guess what, Kurt? The only two that are missing, Star Strike and Master of the Universe, the Power of He-Man. Those are the two. Those are the two everyone's missing in the M Network collection.
Yeah, I need that for Intellivision too. Power of He-Man. I always find them, but they're always destroyed boxes, and they're like, oh, I want $85 for this. I'm like, that box is like it looks like it was in a swamp. Like,
yeah,
it's useless to even have it. How am I supposed to display it? Like, at least have it held together on its own. Like,
I agree with you 100%.
I don't mind if it's creased, but when it's to the point where it's like falling apart and rotting. Yeah. Well, anyways, I guess I'm gonna call it. We're about an hour right now. This was fun, man. I'm just exhausted. I got so much stuff to do and more editing to do. But this was very fun. Yeah. So hopefully, as far as the mod, I know a few people were talking about the mod. Yeah, I got the AV jacks drilled in. I'm probably going to try to do some desoldering tomorrow. So that means, and after that, I pretty much can solder everything. So it should be fairly quick. And I'll try to post a video on it and show you guys what I've been doing with it. But what do you got coming up on your channel?
Well, you know, I haven't had a whole lot. I'm going to get that B-17 bomber video done, with a little bit of gameplay off that in practice mode, so you can whale the old bombs away and don't have to worry about that. And I'm also, I have a couple pickup videos to do that I got to record yet. And the latest version of the 125 on Safecracker, I'm really hoping to have it finished up this week. It's all recorded. It's started to be edited, and a lot of work left to do on it, but it's overdue. So that's what I got coming up. I haven't got any interviews or streams or anything planned right now. Just sort of a winter lull as we deal with all the snow.
Yeah.
And other than that, you know, just sitting back and relaxing for the winter, I guess.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I got some editing some more homebrew stuff. I just put out as I was starting this show. That's what it's Wizard of War video I just put out that showed a little gameplay. So if you guys check that out, it's fun.
I did. It just sort of like, what am I talking about? Don't forget, you have 1 week left to vote in the Intellivision Homebrew. Intellivision Homebrew Awards 2021. All of the candidates, I did a video which is available on my site or at Atari Age. The link to my video is there, outlining all the nominees. The voting is open until February 6th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's 9 o'clock Chuck's time, 10 o'clock Papa Pete time. And then on February 11th, I will be having a video come out where I announce all the winners. It'll be released on my channel sometime that day and posted on Atari Age. Special thank you, of course, to Carlos Madruga, who has taken on the task of organizing the Intellivision Homebrew Awards starting this year. and he's tabulating all the votes as they come in. You go onto the site; it's very easy. You voted, did you not, Chuck?
I voted for what so the only thing I had, I have Galdon Thor, which was in there, which I've seen screenshots. The only thing I could vote for, to be honest, was graphics and stuff like that and sound for that game. As far as the gameplay, so I basically I have Intellivision and I have a pre-order Galdon Thor. So those are basically the ones I could vote on for those categories. So, but I did. Yes, I voted for everything. Yeah,
it was a pretty simple process. Just go in there, and basically pick the button and submit it, and then it's tabulated. You don't see the results. The results are all hidden until the reveal. It'll be revealed, like I say, on February 11th. So again, AtariAge.com. It's in the forum section and television section, and they've created a special section in there just for the Intellivision Homebrew Awards. And you'll see how to vote. All the instructions are right there. Examples, videos, my videos there. There's videos and demonstrations of all the different games that are nominated. So lots of information. If you're interested in the Intellivision homebrew games, it's really worth going and checking out. And please vote while you're there. Even if you only know one or two of the games, give some credit to these people who are making these games right now because, man, I love it. We just passed. There's now more homebrew games for the Intellivision than there were the original system back in the day. So, I mean, it's great to have these talented people creating these games for us. And, well, you see, Chuck and I talk about homebrew all the time.
I love it. That's like every day I think about homebrews because I love that scene, man.
And, they love it when we go in there and support these awards and vote for the games we love. And it's just worth doing. I don't care if you only played one of them. Vote for it.
Canadian Gamer says you're almost at 600 subs. Yeah, so if anyone's in the chat hasn't subscribed, please do. I'll get right up to that 600 mark then. That's awesome. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate that. And Mo, thanks for stopping by, man. Well, I will end it, and we'll see you next. Oh, and I'll see you Wednesday for Amico Forever. We'll talk about something. See ya.